So, you've heard all the buzz about AI, right? It's everywhere. And maybe you're feeling like you're missing out on the whole revolution. Well, you're not alone. But what if I told you that you don't need to be some kind of tech wizard to use it? In the next few minutes, we're going to turn artificial intelligence from this big, confusing buzzword into your own personal, super helpful assistant. I totally get it. When I first started hearing about AI, my mind went straight to sci-fi movies. Robots, complicated code. I felt completely out of my element. But then I found out that it's actually way, way simpler than it seems. In fact, it's designed for people just like you and me. So let's just reframe this right now. Forget the robots for a second. Instead, imagine having a personal assistant who can draft your emails, brainstorm ideas with you, do research, and even help you plan a trip, all in seconds. That's really what AI can be for you. It's not about being replaced. It's about having an amazing tool to help you get more done and be even more creative. So, how do you talk to this new assistant? Do you need to learn some special programming language or type in a bunch of code? Nope, not even close. It's literally as simple as having a conversation. In fact, there are just 4 super simple steps to get you started. That's it. Choose, ask, detail, and refine. This is the whole secret sauce to using AI effectively. Let's just walk through each one, and I'll show you just how easy and, intuitive this really is. Okay, first things first. You gotta pick your AI tool. Now, there are a bunch of them out there, but some of the most popular ones are right here. ChatGPT is a fantastic all-arounder for pretty much any task. Gemini is great if you're doing research or working with images. And Claude, oh man, it's an amazing writing assistant. Don't worry about picking the perfect one right away. Just pick one and start playing around. And here is where the magic really happens. You don't need any special commands, no jargon, nothing. You just ask for what you want in plain normal language. You could say something like, explain quantum physics to me like I'm 5, or write a funny birthday text for my best friend. The more natural you are, the better the results are gonna be. Think about it this way. Imagine you're training a new employee. On their first day, you wouldn't just say, write a report and walk away, right? You'd give them specific instructions, some context, maybe a few examples. Well, it's the exact same thing with AI. The more info and detail you feed it, the better it can do its job for you. Check this out. Asking for a resume is a start, but it's pretty vague. But if you ask for a resume for a beginner graphic designer with no job experience, you're giving the AI so much more to work with. And that's the difference between getting a generic template and getting a resume that's actually tailored to what you need. And please don't be afraid to push back a little. If you don't love the first answer it gives you, tell it to try again. Ask it to make it funnier or more formal or shorter. Treat it like a creative partner you're bouncing ideas off of. The more you interact and refine the output, the better it's going to get at knowing exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so now that you know how to talk to your new AI assistant, let's get to the fun part. What can you actually do with it? I mean, the possibilities are practically endless, but here are just a few ideas to get you started. If you're a student, AI is about to become your new best friend. Seriously, you can use it to get help with homework, study for exams, and understand really complex topics. You could ask it to explain a tough science concept in simple terms, or even have it create a bunch of practice questions for your next history test. This right here, this is a perfect example of a great prompt. By asking it to explain the water cycle like I'm 10 years old, you're not just asking for a list of facts, you're telling it to give you a simple, clear, easy-to-digest explanation. It's an awesome shortcut to learning. I don't know about you, but I'm not always a natural writer. I spent a lot of time just staring at a blank page, not knowing where to start. And that's where AI is just a total lifesaver. I can use it to brainstorm ideas, write a first draft. It even helps me edit my own work. It's like having a writing coach on call 24/7. Let's be real. Nobody enjoys writing these kinds of formal emails. They can feel so stuffy and awkward, and it's always hard to find just the right words. But with AI, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You just tell it what you need to say, and boom, it writes a professional, polite email for you. What a time saver. But AI isn't just for work and school stuff. You can use it to organize your whole personal life. For instance, you could ask it to create a custom meal plan for the week based on your diet, or generate a new workout routine so you don't get bored, or even help you plan your next vacation. It's like having a personal life organizer right in your pocket. This is honestly one of my favorite ways to use AI.
I'm always looking for healthy, budget-friendly meal ideas, and AI is an absolute goldmine. I can just tell it exactly what I'm looking for, like this prompt here, and it'll generate a delicious, easy-to-follow meal plan for me in just a few seconds. It is a total game changer.
So now that you've got some ideas swirling around, let's talk about how to get the most out of it. Here are a few pro tips that are going to help you take your AI conversations from pretty good to absolutely great.
First, don't be afraid to give the AI a little personality. You can ask it to be funny or serious or even a little sarcastic. Second, remember to ask follow-up questions. Keep that conversation going. And finally, if there's a certain writing style you really like, you can just give the AI an example and tell it to copy that.
And this just perfectly illustrates the difference, doesn't it? Help me isn't, well, it's not very helpful for the AI, but help me plan a 2-day trip to Dubai gives it everything it needs to give you back a useful, actionable answer.
So, as we wrap this up, what's the one big thing I really want you to take away from all this? It's pretty simple, actually.
When I first started using AI, I was a little frustrated with the results I was getting. But then I had this aha moment where I realized I was the problem. I wasn't being specific enough. Once I started treating it like a real conversation with a helpful assistant, I started getting much, much better answers.
So, there you have it. You now have everything you need to start using AI in your everyday life. The tools are there, they're ready and waiting for you. So, I'm curious, what are you going to ask it first? Are you going to brainstorm a creative project, plan a trip, or maybe just ask it a really weird, fun question? The conversation is all yours to start.